It was a dark and stormy night as I was awakened by the sounds of shattering glass. It was as if thousands of crystals were being shattered into the darkness of the late night. I walked to the family room to look out the large picture window and was immediately shocked into silence. There in the streets were my neighbors, windows shattered, houses ablaze, belongings scattered into the wind on their knees, sobbing, and surrounded by men in fatigues, black masks, automatic weapons, no IDs. I opened the door and ran to the street. Incredulously, my house was one of only 3 untouched out of 100 houses. Observing a man who seemed to be somewhat in charge, I slowly approached and asked, "What's this?" "They're members of the resistance, traitors who voted for someone other than who the state told them to vote for. Now please stand aside. We're not here for you," he said. I turned and slowly walked back to my house, closing my eyes and covering my ears to the cacophony of weapons now being loosed on those who dared to defy a tyrant. Hello, listeners, and welcome. This is the Boogeyman Report, your official site for news from the left-wing liberal radical Democrats, where each episode we're going to talk about truth, justice, and the American way. Let's get started, shall we? The truth today, sadly, is that Americans are tired and exhausted. For the past 10 years, we have been inundated by propaganda, lies, conspiracy theories, blasted on the airwaves, on our phones, from one end of our lives to the other, all with the intent to find an anger trigger, a hate button, a weed-them switch that will pull us into the abyss of disinformation, hatred, racism, and radicalism. Hour after hour, millions upon millions of both artificial and human-generated intelligence algorithms from across the globe are being used to subjugate American democracy and to bring it to the table of oligarchical dictators with the intent to have the people of America completely under submission, allowed only to subsist on a trickle-down sip instead of an equal and full glass drink. Our poor minds are barely functional post-pandemic. Our hearts still mourn for those lost, our businesses gone, desperate Americans living on the streets because job after job is gone forever, all occurring under the watch of the man who would be king. Yes, America, we the people are tired, and I'm right there with you. But I, for one, in all good conscience, cannot walk away from freedom or liberty. And I will not walk away from my children or my grandchildren saying I was too tired to fight for my country and democracy. I'm exhausted at the very thought of trying to right a ship alone, which has so suddenly and violently been turned head-on into the storm with a failed engine. I am but one voice among all mankind and all Americans. What power do I have against the madness of this storm? If only there were others to help reverse this engine of exhaustion and help move us away from the stormy night into the light of a real day. So I guess the truth remains we are a tired nation. And I suppose the question also remains, are we too tired to save ourselves from sinking into the abyss of tyranny, suppression, and subjugation under a man who would be king? And that's the truth. Justice. The Boogeyman's Boogie Justice Award today recognizes its newest recipient, Republican Representative Dave Taylor of Ohio, for the best false Nazi flag operation ever. Mr. Taylor went full-blown young Republicans this week by reporting an American flag in his office with a Nazi swastika on it, in either an attempt to change the news cycle from he and the other Republicans' failure to open up our country, or to expose the fact that he's actually being extorted by right-wing extremists, and this is their warning message. Several outlets posted the picture. Yep, sure enough, a nice large swastika over the red and white stripes. Now, as Mr. Taylor would have you believe it, oh my, whatever happened? How could this possibly have gotten into my office? I know nothing. People, I'm a far cry from a rocket scientist. But since my tax dollars go to security at these offices, I have a very hard time believing anyone could smuggle anything in other than Mr. Taylor or his aides. And if that's the case, and security is that lax, can I please have my tax dollars back that are slated for security? Either way, justice is served in that Mr. Taylor has apparently been exposed as either in support of the far right or its hostage. Now that's justice. Well done, Mr. Taylor. The American Way. This episode, I'd like to share an American fantasy with my listeners. I want you to close your eyes and let the fantasy take over. Are they closed? Good. It's 8 a.m. Monday morning, October 20th in Washington, D.C. The air is crisp and the morning dampness still lingers on the trees as the telephone in Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries' desk quietly flashes. It's an incoming call from Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House. "Hello, Mr. Speaker?" Hakeem says. "Look," the Speaker replies, "this is stupid, embarrassing, and ridiculous. We are two grown-ass men acting like children, each of us intent on stopping everything and everyone from taking the ball and going home. Can we meet?" "Absolutely, Mr. Speaker," Jeffries replies. "I'll come to your office right now." Jeffries arrives at the Speaker's office to find him sitting alone in a most considerate and contemplative gaze. "Come in, Hakeem. Let's talk," the Speaker states. "No aides, no pushers, no pullers, just us, two Americans who really feel the pain of our country." The Minority Leader takes a seat, and the two begin to slowly and considerately walk through options and positions, each one now determined to do just the right thing and give and take for the good of the American people, and fallout be damned. After 6 hours and a lunch of mushroom soup and a bowl of something pretending to be a salad, the two emerge to the waiting press. Speaker Johnson addresses the room. "Today, Minority Leader Jeffries and I were able to sit down together and work for the good of the country. We will be presenting our budget to our prospective party members with the instruction to sign it. And let's move on helping Americans." As I say goodbye, I want to thank you for taking the time to stop by and take a listen. It's important that we, the people, continue to drown out the political noise so full of hatred and false divisions, and start listening to each other, to the people that mean the most in our lives, each other. It is time we pushed back together as one America, and I want to take time to help that happen with truth, justice, and the American way. And I promise you this: I will never close my eyes or cover my ears, even if we don't agree. That is the American way. Until next time, peace out from just another left-wing liberal radical Democrat. And please don't forget, click that subscribe button and tell 2 friends so you never miss an episode of The Boogeyman Report.